YouTube channel, and you can follow every single dart live from the lakeside. Up until Saturday, of course, our semis and final will be live on the telly. We will be on Blaze for the semis and finals. Now we get to the important parts. Over here, we have the walk-on area. This is where you become very, very important. The cameras will be on, the players will be ready to go, and they need your support. So we want this area here filled. We want you all up on your feet. If you can get down here to welcome the players onto the stage, please do. If you can't, wherever you're sitting in the venue, get up, get on your feet, and give the players all the support you can. There is a cue for this. I will be standing here, and your cue to get up and get ready is this. That's it, simple as that. You see me looking like I'm having a fit, up you get, and support these players to the best of your ability. Give them the lakeside welcome that they truly deserve. Over the past couple of days, the lakeside has been one big darting party. We want to continue that. I know it's early on Sunday, but I know you've got it in you. Get yourselves up, cheer for the players, give them all the support you can. Of course, a few rules. We have to ask that you don't fold your 180 signs into paper aeroplanes and throw them about the arena. Thank you very much. And the main thing that we ask, please, please, please do not whistle during the matches. You've maybe seen it in a few other tournaments that we've had. It's been disrupted by whistling. There is no place for that here at the lakeside. Give them all the support you can, but please do not put them off by whistling. Enjoy your afternoon, enjoy the darts, give them support, but give them respect also. And that is about it, ladies and gentlemen. Our first match of the day, Sebring Kegels and Kevin Luke will be live in a few minutes' time. 1 o'clock. Get yourselves ready for the first match of the afternoon. We'll see you shortly. Thank you. WDF Lakeside World Championship. This is the home of World Darts. This is Lakeside! We continue with the men's first round, and we welcome to the stage first
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome along to day 3 of this year's WDF World Championship from Lakeside, where the biggest success stories so far have come through Belgian players. Francois Schreyen and Brian Roman knocking out seeds Danny Porter and Martin Turner, respectively. The #1 seed sent packing, and Turner was beaten by Brian Roman in a very entertaining game that closed out last night's session. Can Sybren Geibels ensure that there's a hat-trick of happy Belgians here? Or are we going to see the American dream from Kevin Luke, who's making his second appearance on the Lakeside stage, lost out to the Muffin Man, Steve Hine, in his only appearance a couple of years ago. Sybren making his debut on this fabled stage, a player who tends to accumulate his ranking points in the smaller tournaments on the WDF circuit. A 2-time winner in Hungary this year, having the best year of his career, so he'll be hoping to take that confidence into this game. My name's Dan McCarthy, delighted once again to be joined by Andrew Sinclair for this. Andrew, how do you see this one going?
I think this is a really, really close game on paper, because Sybren decided last year that he wanted to do the tour. He wanted to get to play at Lakeside this year. That was the goal, and he's achieved it. He's capable of great standards, but I think the consistency in his game isn't quite there yet, because he's not got as much experience as certainly the other Belgian players, Brian and Francois, that you've referenced. Kevin is very steady. He's not that often spectacular, but he's a very steady player. That's why he gets to a lot of last 16 quarterfinals in the American events. And I think it's a 50-50 game, but I know Kevin, he's played here before, but when I spoke to him, he said that he felt last time it all went too fast. It was 2 sets, he lost 2-0 to Steve Hine. Both were close sets, but it was it was all over in a blur. And then he went back to Washington, and it was like, right, okay, now I've got to start again and build back to coming back here. And now he is here. He'll be open, obviously, to progress, but to actually get more of a game out of it as well.
Very little to separate the two players in terms of the raw stats, the running averages that we've got, around about 80 apiece. And they've both won 2 titles as well. Now, Kevin's have been a little bit spread out. On the Las Vegas Open winner, that was 2018, and the Oregon Open last year.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the Vegas Open has always been one of the bigger ones on the American circuit, but now it's the most important within the WDF system, because it's a gold-ranked event. So in early January, we'll find out another confirmed name for next year's World Championship. It was fantastic last year in Vegas. They had more than 400 players. So, I mean, Kevin, of course, will want to do well here, but, you know, I'm sure he'd love to repeat that feat in Vegas next year. I mean, it's testament to the work that Jim Widmeyer, who we saw here last year, is now doing in his role as president of the American Darts Organisation.
Kevin Luke narrowly missing the bullseye for an early break of throw. Inauspicious start from Sybren.
54. Kevin Luke, 25.
1 for double 12, the chosen route.
1 for score. Kevin Luke, 102.
Looking for treble 20 to leave double 12.
54. Kevin Luke, 24.
Just struggling to find the initial treble here, Sybren. And while I wouldn't say he's as much of, say, a first dart merchant as we discussed Brian Roman being last night, I do think a lot of Sybren's game, there is confidence from the first dart that even if it's not in the treble, the lie, it's sort of he then can follow it in. But so far he's not, and you've seen him trying to chase it round the board a little bit to find some joy.
60.
It is a slightly quieter atmosphere at Lakeside this Sunday afternoon, which in some respects might just ramp up the tension a little bit.
Absolutely.
Can't feed off any crowd noise.
I mean, Kevin tried to a little bit on his walk-on, coming out to the strains of Rick Derringer's Real American, which, I mean, I bored you to tears with my wrestling chatter yesterday, but...
there have been some rogue walk-on choices, haven't there?
You've got another wrestling theme song from Kevin's compatriot Jason Brandon later in the week, but
Well, I look forward to it.
I'll save that treat for later in the week. But no, it's good to see Kevin back in full fighting condition, because when I saw him at the World Masters in October, he had a rather nasty accident involving a scooter, where him and a couple of the other American players, Matt Arpin, they were going around the streets of Budapest on the electric scooters that you can rent, the sort of e-scooters, and Kevin was caught unawares by a disguised pothole. And he played well in the group stages on the first day, and then he comes back the next day, Kevin, with a rather nasty black eye and cuts. And I thought, perhaps unkind, I thought he might have been a fight, the poor fella, but no, it was the scooter that took him on, and the scooter beat him 1-0 on that occasion. But he looks back to full health now, Kevin Luke.
Never get into a fight with a pothole.
82.
Well, that 180 seems to have woke Sibren up. Might only get one dart at the bull. Middle of the board.
54.
Well, the line was right, but the weight was wrong.
124.
Can still be done. Not now.
24.
Not ideal, but Kevin Luke at least does trim it to a 2-darter. Sibren looking for double 15. No, he chooses to split. And it was a wise choice as well. Well, either he chose to split, or it was a very, very bad dart at double 15. And that'll make him feel better. He's won his first leg on the Lakeside stage.
66.
Winner of this will take on Liam Mendel-Lawrence, the number 6 seed. And it does feel like a slightly open section of the draw. It's at the bottom of it. So we've got the number 6 seed, Liam Mendel-Lawrence, the number 11 seed, Jason Brandon, who you mentioned. He'll play the winner of Laszlo Kadar or Hannah Schneer. So I think all 6 players there will feel they've got a chance of a run.
Absolutely. Laszlo was actually down at the walk-on for Sibren, because they've met each other at those tournaments in Hungary where Sibren's tasted success, and I know they get on quite well. So the teacher was giving him some words of encouragement. But yeah, I mean, that is a really open section. I'm really looking forward to seeing Jason Brandon take to the stage later this week. He's a very, very capable player. Tennessee native, loves his fishing, Jason Brandon. But no, he's a lovely guy, Jason, and I think at the World Masters, he played a game with Connor Scutt where Connor averaged 110, Jason averaged 105, and basically didn't even get a double most legs. So the standard is there with Jason. I think he could surprise a lot of people as long as he settles. But yeah, it could well be open. And obviously with Liam Mendel-Lawrence, we know what to expect with him. But I know he'll be hoping for a better experience than last year when his luggage didn't arrive and he sort of had to borrow a shirt and borrow Jim Widmeyer's darts. So if he gets everything with him, hopefully, Liam will be able to show more of what he's capable of.
Yeah, he was wearing freshly bought polo shirts with tournament stickers on them. It wasn't ideal having to scrounge around for darts as Kybals looks at the ball.
61.
He was closer than on his previous attempt.
Double 6.
86. Zero required 25.
He's choosing the Andy Barton's route, taking heed from his compatriot last year.
21.
Doesn't work out.
Kevin, you require 6.
So we're on for a third break of throw in 3 legs. Made that look easy. Never anyone's favourite double.
Other than little Richard Ashdown.
Well, it's at eye level for him, isn't it?
87.
But no, I know Kevin's come over for this year's Lakeside with his father, Mike, who big inspiration for him actually playing the game in the first place. So last time I said that he spoke about maybe it all went by in a blur, didn't quite enjoy it. I think this time, win, lose or draw, can't draw, but he's got that feeling of being able to come here with his old man and give him that experience that, if Mr. Luke Senior hadn't played darts all those years ago, Kevin wouldn't have been able to travel with the US team to World Cups and to the World Masters, and of course play on this lakeside stage more than once.
43.
No, there's a good crowd of the Dutch and Belgian players in here today to watch Sybren. He's been here the last couple of days cheering on Brian, Jarno Bottenberg, Francois Schwein, but yeah, Jarno's brother Yuri,
Twin.
and yeah, Brian, they're all down there cheering him on, because really I think certainly with the Belgian players, Brian has kind of cultivated this sort of family atmosphere of, you know, we lift each other up and we all succeed together.
60. Kevin, you require 144.
Another one in there. Leaves double 12.
120.
First set dart is gone. High balls comes back. Does he go double-double? I think that was the percentage shot.
20.
And yeah, a verbal sign of frustration there for
Kevin,
Sybren.
you require 24.
He's hit double 12 already. And he repeats the trick to take the first set.
Second set, first leg, Kevin to
Chance of USA go up from those here today.
91.
Kevin's not going to be the only American representative in the field this afternoon, because Paula Murphy makes her return to the lakeside stage. Reached the quarter-final last year, losing out to Bo Greaves.
134.
Yes, Paula Murphy will be in the oldest ever game on the lakeside stage, I believe, later on today, when she takes on the experienced Paula Jacklin. Combined age between them of 135, so certainly one for the history books, that one. But yeah, I know Paula was, when Paula played here in 2022, she had a really poor game, even by her own admission, and was incredibly frustrated.
Double 16 found from Sybren Heibels.
Heibels frustrated no more. Lovely 11 dart leg there from the Belgian. No, but Paula was incredibly frustrated and actually thought about not coming to last year's World Championships because the memories of that poor game loomed large for her. But she changed her mind, did come, and then produced a stirring display to beat Almadina Fallardo in the first round, and then of course Anka Zylstra as well. But yeah, I mean, Paula Murphy's a lovely woman, and she was down there on the walk-on cheering Kevin on as well. They know each other from many events in the US, so yeah. The woman they call Smooth, I'm sure, gone back to her practice routines now.
And she does have a really good walk-on.
Yeah.
Bit of Carlos Santana.
140.
Much better set this from Heibels. Certainly raised his game. The average is now in the 80s.
I was going to say, he started finding that first treble with a lot more regularity. 3 back-to-back ton plus visits in this set, but in this leg rather. But yeah, then a slightly ropier visit. But
Double top. Fortuna lead in the second set. Do we call that a good marker?
if it goes in, I think you have to. But this will have done Sybren's confidence the world of good. I actually had a very interesting conversation with Sybren at the World Masters in Budapest, because Sybren played in the qualifier on the Sunday because at that point he wasn't completely mathematically assured of a spot here. So he played in the qualifier and he lost in the last 16 to a man we'll see later on today, Kevin's compatriot Jeff Springer Jr., the man they call the Stinger. And Cybran was 4-2 up in that one and lost 5-4. I spoke to him after and I said, you know, you must be disappointed to have lost because you're playing so well. And he said to me, you know what, Andrew, I'm actually really pleased because I played well. And it's one of those games where I've lost knowing that actually I didn't do anything wrong. I just played well. My results in the tournaments prior to that hadn't been quite where I wanted them to be. But that was a really good game. And I'm proud of myself. And hopefully that's the level I can keep myself at coming into Lakeside. So, you know, he's a young guy, Cybran. I know he's got a young family as well, but he's a sensible lad, and you know, he's got a good approach to the game, which is always nice to see.
Well, both players are here with something of a point to prove, beneficiaries of other players not participating. Hybels replaced New Zealand's Ben Robb in the draw, whereas Kevin replaced Leonard Gates. Second 180 for Hybels means he's definitely in the box seat. Bullseye for the second set. He's missed it a few times now. Not the worst lead in the world. Kevin comes back for tops. And now double 10. There it is.
Lovely grouping there from Cybran, but all just a little too high. And I think that's been the issue consistently for him. He has thrown straight and true most of the time, but he's just slightly over that top wire. This time drifting into the one, correcting.
123.
Night and day between the opening two sets as far as Hybels is concerned. Scoring power being much improved. So visits like this.
Yeah. And you mentioned the crowd slightly quieter. They're starting to roar into life now with these maximums.
112 left.
46.
Big visit here from Kevin.
90.
Good use of the bullseye there. Gets him down to Shanghai. 92 was the checkout. A little bit earlier for Hybels. He's not going to go this time.
52. Area require 120.
Double top.
100.
No Shanghai. So tops for Guyvels.
Area require 40.
It would have been a huge checkout for Luke. But instead, it's Hybels who levels the game up.
And a rather elated fist bump there. No, rather fist pump celebration there from Mr. Guyvels, which again, he's a very quiet, unassuming man, Guyvels, but yeah. A little bit of emotion there, and I don't blame him because he played an awful lot better in that set, showed more of what his game's about, and he's now, you would think, momentum is in his favour going into this final set.
140.
Very much starting to find his range on treble 20.
26.
The leg averages for Hybels in the first set ranged from 56 to 75. His worst leg in the last one was 88.41, a 17 darter to win it.
And that 11 darter he threw, I think, might be the best leg of the tournament so far. Certainly on par perhaps with something Shane McGurk produced yesterday.
He's a nice rhythmic player, Cybran. Kevin a little bit more methodical, but I think what we call a medium pace player.
It's a lovely first start.
Go treble 10, could go bull, could go treble 14. Was the latter he attempted.
86.
Yeah. No, Kevin actually comes from a soft tip background, like a lot of North American players. He plays a lot of soft tip, and I mentioned, well, see if Cybran takes this out. It's low.
20.
Not under any pressure yet. Kevin back on 188.
Double 10 then to take the lead. Slots it straight in.
No, he's yeah. Kevin plays a lot of soft tip, and when we were out in Budapest for the World Masters, when he was in his slightly crocked state after his scooter accident, on the Friday night, the European Soft Tip Federation had a tournament in the same venue. And Kevin was like, oh, there's a soft tip tournament. Rocked up, played, got third place with all the best soft tip players around Europe. He didn't even have soft tip darts with him. He just bought a set from the guy that was there and rocked up and played. So loves playing the game, loves soft tip, but obviously is aware of the opportunities afforded on the steel tip side of things. Now, he looks a little bit frustrated now, Kevin.
74.
Well rescued with the last dart. .230 left, so Kevin just wants to stay straight.
105.
Well, he has been using the bullseye quite a lot, and that is a hallmark of a soft tip player.
Yeah, whereas obviously we've seen Cybran line it up a few times and just get the compass directions a little bit wrong, but
It'll be bullseye first. Didn't need to entertain the possibility of bull 25 bull.
101.
not the most orthodox setup shot there from Kevin Luke, but it works, and he leaves that double 12 that we've hit. Try that one again in English. We've seen him hit that one already.
No score.
You would expect to come back. That's what he is going to do.
Yeah, we did see Danny Porter take out that 157 last night for tournament high checkout.
Not the most clinical doubling display from Kevin, but he gets the job done.
Yeah. You can see Cybran's actually got an undershirt on underneath his playing shirt, which is an interesting choice because it's very warm up on that stage. I know Patrick Kovac appeared to be feeling the cold in his fingers yesterday, but you know, normally players struggle with the fact it's too warm, whereas obviously Cybran is maybe concerned about not being warm enough, which is interesting. He certainly warmed into this contest, Belgian, after a rocky start.
I wouldn't expect the stage to be quite as warm today because there are fewer people in the building.
Yes, it was very warm last night. Maybe that's why we saw a few tempers raised towards the end of the session.
100.
Well, that was an example of where Kevin could have brought the bullseye into play, leave the big fish. High balls might do the same here.
58.
Well, he found a treble with the last start, certainly not the one he was looking for, Kevin Luke.
That might feel like a wasted opportunity. 7/19s leaves tops. It's a super visit. It makes high balls big favourite for this leg.
a little bit ragged, ragged there from Kevin. I think he might be punished.
Has been a very decent, evenly matched game. Exactly what we expected at the start, looking at the stats and looking at the tournament haulage of both.
Exactly, they're both guys that are, you know, Kevin's, you know, he's an older guy, he's got more experience, but in terms of big stages, they're at a very similar level, right, where, you know, they've got to stage finals, but in tournaments where it's not the same level of occasion. And of course, Kevin's played here once, but his experience against Steve Heim was a fairly brief one.
Must feel frustrating to fly across the Atlantic to lose in your opening match. That's what he did 2 years ago, and he might lose this one. It's looking like we're going all the way, but High Balls will have the advantage of throw in the last leg.
Not made as many inroads into that 180 as Kevin would have hoped, but Cyber needed 2 trebles here to leave the finish.
60. Kevin, you require 120.
Don't think he wanted the treble.
No. Made that slightly harder than it needed to be after that wonderful shot on the ball to kind of recover his visit.
60.
Can split if he wants with High Balls not on a finish. Or he could just put it straight, double 5. Textbook from Kevin Luke.
Kevin egging on the crowd, getting another little round of those USA chants.
Majestic start from High Balls, his 4th 180 of the game.
And a knowing bump of the shoulder there from Cypern towards the Belgians cheering him on.
Three well-thrown darts, but none of them hitting the treble. A timely occasion to hit your first maximum. And this game is now on a knife edge. Opportunity knocks for Kevin Luke. Little hop on the spot with frustration.
Yeah, a good catch from Kevin with the last start, but he's not on a finish yet. That's very low from Cyber, and I talked earlier about him pitching too high. I think that visit was a lot of an overcorrection. Excellent switch there from Kevin. Some way to win it.
.70 left. Could go 18s, could go 10s. That leaves tops. So Kevin Luke, you better take this one out. High Balls has been very good on tops. Luke is looking to do the same.
27.
This has been a nip and tuck contest. And it's one that Simran Eyeballs has won. A fantastic way to start the day. And it is more Belgian delight. The debutant this time beating the American who loses in round 1 in his 2nd World Championship appearance. Simran Eyeballs definitely improved as the game wore on. He's going to face the number 6 seed Liam Mandel Lawrence in round 2.
Ladies and gentlemen, a real big double battle to kick off day 3. A massive round of applause as he leaves the stage for the USA's Kevin Luke. And marching on into round 2, Belgium, Zealand, Gemmels. matches today. The ring height of Scotland taking on Japan's Mayuri Uchi.
The 46th annual Winmore Fleetwood Memorial Las Vegas Open will be held from January the 17th till the 19th. Sin City welcomes you to come and play in the entertainment capital of the world. Men's and women's champions win places at the 2025 World Championships. The Romanian Darts Festival is held from January the 24th till 26th. Join the party in Bucharest. Register to play by Wednesday 22nd of January and kickstart the new WDF ranking season in historical Bucharest. The Toto Dutch Open Darts is held from January the 30th till February the 2nd. Registration is open until January the 15th. The Toto Dutch Open Darts is by far the largest darts party in the world that you should not miss. And the men's and women's champions go to Lakeside in December 2025. The Isle of Man International Darts Festival is held from March 6th to 9th, a triple header of darting fun on the Isle of Man with beautiful surroundings. The Swedish Open and Masters takes place from 15th to 17th of August, a popular tournament for many of Europe's best arrowsmiths. The double silver weekend always provides great entertainment. The Latvian Open and Riga Open are held from October 17th to 19th. One of the biggest tournament weekends in the Baltic region is near the end of the 2025 WDF season. An excellent chance to pick up your much-needed points in this silver and bronze weekend. For more information on each of these tournaments, go to the link in the description. A special thanks to our tournament sponsors and partners, Mission, Blaze, Quiff, Great Game, Dart Connect, L-Style and MasterCooler.com.
WDF Lakeside World Championship. And we welcome to the stage the winner of 9 world ranking titles, the former 6 six-time Japan Open champion, former British Classic and Italian Open champion, the reigning Irish Open champion from Scotland, Lorraine.
As we go back into the ladies' side of Lakeside, and it's been a very good month as far as Lorraine Hyde is concerned. Winner of the Irish Open, which means she's already got next year booked for this wonderful tournament. Gold-ranked event, and with Bo Greaves not participating, it essentially opened the draw up, and Lorraine Hyde went and beat Lorena Rietbergen in the final, someone we're going to see tomorrow afternoon. She's a player who has had a few experiences already on this stage. Got to round 2 last year, but unfortunately ran into Bo, who proved to be absolutely unstoppable last year. She takes on Mayumi Uchi, known as Wave Rider because she's a surfing enthusiast. And she's also a very good dart player, the premier player from Japan, qualifying via the regional ranking table. She is a very slow player, very deliberate action, as you can see there. So Lorraine will have to be patient. We would expect Lorraine to have too much quality, Andrew, but coming up against a slow player is always an unenviable task.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Lorraine isn't rapid by any stretch of the imagination, but I think Mayumi is, she does present a unique challenge. And I think just for Lorraine, she's been playing very well at the moment. My only question is, can she manage to deal with the speed and not let it affect her in what is a very short format? So, you know, it's a challenging proposition, but Mayumi is a very capable player. But I think with the speed of Mayumi, something I noticed is that it seems to be common among most of the female Japanese players, because I watched the team that Japan sent over to the World Masters in Budapest, and whether it was Shiori Sato or Kosuzu Iwao, they all seem to have the exact same technique, but all are very, very precise and methodical in their approach. It's almost as though they've been coached to throw at that speed and in that way, which in Mayumi's case has worked with, you know, 6 Japan Open titles and a number of medals for Japan in regional cups and WDF cups as well.
Mayumi very much an aimer with the first dart, and then darts 2 and 3 are thrown a little bit quicker.
She's obviously decided to believe in the sleeve, not just 1 but 2 full-length sleeves for Mayumi this afternoon. Well, actually, I think it's a long-sleeved undershirt, but you know, the principle applies.
And they are underneath a very stylish-looking playing shirt as well.
Absolutely. I know the Weekly Darts Cast have their Shirt of the Year competition, and Matt Edgar put in a very strong entry last night with his Shawn Michaels. You really are going to get cheesed off with this wrestling caper, but with his Dart Break Kids shirt. But I have to say, Mayumi's is it's a very classy shirt.
Lorraine's shirt doesn't exactly hide her nationality, does it?
No, she's very proud to represent Scotland. She plays for them internationally in the WDF circuit, in the British Internationals, in the WDF Europe Cups, World Cups. Often plays for Scotland with her sister Christine as well, who's a very capable player in her own right.
Did play each other in Budapest just a couple of months ago in the World Open. Lorraine winning that one. It was a tight game, 4-3, defying a higher average from Mayumi. And that's what Lorraine did on stage last year when she played Laura Turner in round 1.
Yeah, it was a very impressive comeback from Lorraine in that one, because when she made her debut in 2022, she lost in fairly short order and was pretty frustrated with the experience. But last year, she dug in and showed real fight and real quality to come back and win that one against Laura. Lorraine's spoken quite openly before about the fact where she is based up in Aberdeen, there aren't a lot of women's teams and women's leagues to compete in. So for a long time, she's actually played in men's singles leagues up in Aberdeen, and that's really helped her game, because, you know, the old adage that a rising tide lifts all boats. She's playing with better players all the time. Therefore, well, I have to get better, because otherwise I'm going to be on the receiving end of some drubbings all the time. So, yeah, she used to mark for John Henderson in all the local leagues. So she's got experience of playing with really classy players and learning from some great players who are based in that neck of the woods.
23.
Not even a leg down, and we've already lost a dart to the lighting box.
Yeah, Mayumi seemed almost apologetic to the box that she'd dropped a dart in there.
38. Mayumi unicorn 92.
Did wonder whether she was going to go for the bullseye with that first dart. And the second dart way off piste. I'm not actually sure whether she was going for treble 20 or maybe across to treble 12.
Yeah, I think the 12 was in play for her for sure.
42. Lorraine unicorn 60.
It's a very high first dart from Lorraine.
Low second one.
40. Mayumi unicorn 50.
Double top for Mayumi Uchi to hold throw in the opening leg. She finds it. It was a very good adjustment because the first dart offered no help at all.
Frustrating visit there from Lorraine. Some overcorrections in there after a loose first start. I know Raymond Smith spoke a lot to you about this over the last couple of days, the importance of just throwing straight sometimes and keeping up that scoreboard pressure with 20, 20, 20, and then you move into the trebles. And I think that's what Mayumi does very, very well, and that is what, in theory, the more methodical approach to the game will present. It ensures that she does throw straight, so she's not going to blow you away with loads of maximums, but she's just going to consistently score well and consistently be in legs, which means that if you do get undone by the slower speed, then she's going to be there ready to pounce.
Good response from Lorraine to that very ropey first visit. Mayumi not just looking to win the match, but looking to win a set. She came away as a 2-0 loser against Kirsty Hutchinson last year.
Yeah, that was a tough draw for both players last year because Kirsty sometimes finds it challenging against the slower players, and I do think she had some issues, Mayumi, but dealt with them pretty well in the end to win that one. But yeah, Mayumi didn't play to the level that she's definitely capable of on that occasion.
43.
But I know you mentioned Lorraine to win at the Irish Open, just well, last month now. We are now into December, hence why I've sported the Christmas jumper for today, which has been pretty well received by all so far, other than, well, our current stage referee, Mr. Meyer, who was not too impressed, felt I was far too cheerful. It's not late enough in December for him.
A jumper that can be best described as fetching. Lovely shot from Mayumi Uchi. Puts pressure on Lorraine Hyde. Single 13 leaves tops.
Yeah, what I was going to say with that Irish Open win was that Lorraine said the main thing is it just takes the pressure off now. Wherever I travel to on the tour, be that the Scottish Open or she goes back to Italy where she's won a title before, in theory it doesn't matter if I don't get any points because I'm playing with house money, as it were, because I know I'm in the draw. Yes, obviously she'd love to be seeded, but at the end of the day, to her, I'm in the draw. That for me is job done for the year now.
54.
Not sure whether that took a deflection off the dart lying in the single 20. Up steps Lorraine. Great guide for double top. She registers her first leg of the tournament.
Yeah, right in the bottom corner of the bed there, Lorraine. Just having a think, Naomi. I watched her practicing earlier with Yun Matsuda, who we saw winning yesterday afternoon's opening game, a very entertaining clash with the Sheriff, Jordan Brooks. And yeah, Miami's practice isn't any quicker than what you see on the stage. It's the same approach all the time. So this isn't one of those where you feel a player is, you know, slowing down or whatever to affect their opponent. She's not going to be budged in her style. And it worked for her. They seem to be, you know, there was a lot of positive scores when they were playing, and also a lot of practicing ball finishes as well, Yun and Mayumi.
Well, the bullseye practice paid off because she won it in the back room.
Yeah, she didn't look at all comfortable in that visit, Mayumi. Seemed to take a couple of breaks, and yeah, ends up with just 21.
Well, she's done that a few times now. Whether she's just not particularly comfortable with the environment.
Good find with the last start there from the Wave Rider, which I think is definitely up there among the nicknames we're going to see this week. Came from a game with Cybran and Kevin, where neither of them has a nickname that they asked our MC Anthony Dundas to use. Well, Lorraine doesn't have one either, so we need to get some creativity into these afternoon's players.
Good shot from Lorraine, who looks hot favourite for this third leg.
Yeah, Mayumi's, she had a strong start, but those straight darts I was talking about, ooh, dear me. She does seem to be getting a little bit frustrated, and I don't know, you know, you don't want to use the dreaded D word. I don't think it is that, but I think because she's so precise and wants every dart to be perfect, I think there is she's not going to throw it until she's comfortable, and sometimes that means it's, I have to stop, I have to walk away, or I'm just going to hold on to it and not let go.
60. Lorraine Barn, 126.
Double 19.
58.
Would have left the bullseye. She didn't need to go for the smallest target on the board with Mayumi back on 176. What kind of pressure can she apply?
She's in no rush.
Lorraine Barn, 68.
Double top.
28. Lorraine Barn, 160.
Needs treble 20. Seems to be almost little bit off balance when she's throwing.
There's a lot of small adjustments going on with her front foot. So I don't know if she's not comfortable with the oki or she's not found the right positioning for herself on the stage. That's a horror dart there for Lorraine. But it may ultimately be for naught if Mayumi takes out this 69.
No wonder it was a literal head in hands moment for Lorraine.
I see Shane McGurk in the crowd there, the Irishman from County Monaghan. He'll be playing in the last game of the session this afternoon up against the man they call E.T., Edwin Torbjornsson of Sweden.
Well, I like the route for 69, treble 11 for double 18. I think it's one that should be utilised by more players.
That hopefully is a good guide.
And in leisurely fashion, Mayumi Uchi takes the third leg.
No, Mayumi she's a battler. I remember in the World Masters 2 years ago in Assen, I remember she was drawn against Wendy Harper of New Zealand, who'll be in action again tonight. And Wendy's not one of the game's fast players either, and it was certainly a battle of attrition over the 9 legs that those two had. Quite a lengthy game. And it's really, in those long games when you're both on the slower side, it ultimately becomes a matter of concentration and just sticking to your own guns. And it's similar in the men's. I recall a game at the Slovak Open last year in the final between Benjamin Pratnamar and Liam Mandel-Lawrence, who are both pedestrian. I think that would be the polite expression for their throwing styles. And yes, our colleague, referee Nick Rolls, was looking after that one. It was Liam was 4-0 up. Benjamin battled back to 4-4, and then Liam won 5-4. So,
and Nick Rolls loved every minute of it.
Absolutely. But I mean, with that one, it's the same here. You have to just keep your concentration and not get frustrated either by the other player or by the fact that you might be behind. I'd say Mayumi is by no means the slowest player on the WDF circuit, though. That accolade goes to Craig Brown, not the Craig Brown we saw on Friday night, who's to Scott Walters. No, this is Keegan's brother, Craig Brown, who travels to some of the European events. Craig is a capable player, an interesting character, but Craig is very, very methodical.
So on a scale of 0 to Terry Down, where is he?
Very close to Terry, I'll put it that way.
121. 60.
Big visit here will put Lorraine under a lot of pressure. Not the ideal start. Little to shout about there. So 108 for Lorraine, going the 18s route.
72 left.
41.
It's another example, I think, of her being caught in two minds, whether to go for the 20s or 12s.
Absolutely. Good second dart from Mayumi. 73 left. Comes down the board.
83. Lorraine requires 67.
Lovely dart. Wants double eights.
51. Mayumi bar 70.
She's going to have to go 14 and bull, unless she hits the treble.
Yeah, that's what all that ball practicing was for.
Well, I hope she did some practicing on double 11.
Just checking with Marco Meyer. 22 left, as you say.
Very nicely found, and Mayumi Uchi takes the first set. Not in conventional fashion.
Sets up first leg is already through first.
Almost going through some meditation, some stretches on stage. Lorraine has to put that behind her.
42.
Mayumi could be in for a 180.
Just had a little bit of insight from one of our co-commentary colleagues, Raymond Smith. Something he noticed in that opening set was that Mayumi's middle finger seemed to be slipping on the barrel of the dart when she was throwing. And that might have been what was affecting her or forcing her to constantly re-grip. You can see there it's touching off the tip, and that could well be, it's a grip issue that she's struggling with. Great spot there from the guru. Man who I think was open the other day and said he could talk about darts all day, every day if you let him, and it's an absolute fountain of wisdom and a lovely bloke to boot.
Yeah, we've given him a day off co-commentary duties today because his son Kai's in action, last on this evening against Mike Gillett of Wales.
Yes, definitely Gillett and not Gillette, the best a man can get.
Or
but
Gillet.
Absolutely. But yeah, Mike, another one hoping to right the wrongs of a disappointing debut last year. Played roughly this time on the opening Sunday last year against Liam Mandel-Lawrence and just couldn't get it going, but playing in the same session as his brother-in-law tonight, Aaron Turner. So he'll be hoping that the pair of them can get their first wins on the Lakeside stage.
Again, there's a pause and a re-grip. Well, she decided to stay on the 20s. Downstairs for 19, it would have left an easier finish. Treble 20.
Just below the wire.
51. Lorraine bar 40.
Not been great on the doubles. That was very well found. It looked slightly obscured by the first dart, so nice pick out from Lorraine.
Yeah, absolutely. I think average-wise, Lorraine is sort of just below the 70 mark, and she's been in the mid-70s for most of her recent games when she's been playing some good stuff of late, so not being quite at the level. And you do wonder with those doubles whether it is a case of the fact that these are long legs and that you don't necessarily have the rhythm that you might against a player who was of a similar speed to you, or just, you know, even perhaps faster than you. It's very hard in practice to replicate the sort of pacing you're going to get against someone like Mayumi. Whereas you would imagine, conversely, the other way around, the most people Mayumi practices with will be a little bit quicker than her.
There's a lot of value in having a practice partner who plays at the same pace. Good leg from the pair. The rain down to a finish. Mayumi not far off. Try and keep straight.
It's a marvellous. Took a slight deflection off the barrel, that third dart, but Ton leaves her on 80, and she will get a shot at it with Lorraine drifting into the big 5.
Well, that's complicated things. Percentage shot would be treble 19, and she's already shown she can hit double 11. Oh, that's a wonderful dart. Double top.
60.
But quite a long way below.
Still be done. Treble 17 leaves the ball. Mayumi holds throw. Definitely been a better doubling display from the wave rider. Four from 8 on the outer ring. Very respectable.
Absolutely, and that, I think, is where her much more measured approach to the game and the precision pays off, because she's just superb concentration. And it was a long time coming, but first maximum of the game there for our denim adorning Japanese star. I don't think it is actual denim. I think it's made to look like denim, but is more of a nylon traditional dart shirt.
Faux denim.
Yes. Not sure it's a look I could quite pull off, but
I'm very happy with your look in your Christmas jumper. No need to change. Well, the 180 followed by a 26 highlights the inconsistency of Mayumi's scoring.
that's a much better dart. The first two darts there, Lorraine's wrist really came down on the follow through, and you saw a real dip in the dart. Third one was more of a straighter follow through. It's higher, but didn't find that treble bed. But Mayumi unable to really take the advantage there. As you say, inconsistency, a max and a ton, but sandwiched by a 26 and a 41.
Good go ball here. Decided to stay there and it's paid off. 25 would have left a 2-darter, but 62 more presentable if she's allowed back. Treble 18. Too big an ask.
130.
That applies an unholy amount of pressure on the rain.
You will only get one at the double.
And that double will be tops.
22. Ayumi requires 60.
Second dart's kinked across slightly. Needs to make her mind up where she wants to stand on the hockey.
No score. The ranking by 40.
A reprieve for Lorraine.
Doubles just have not been her friend. She wipes her brow there. I think she realises this one is getting away from her.
First leg where Mayumi has needed more than 2 darts to hit a double. She needed 5, but she hit it. And this game could be over in a leg's time.
Yeah, the averages are very much picked up for both of these women in this second set. Lorraine just shading it, but she's won just 2 legs so far in this one. And I do think, ultimately, the pacing of Mayumi is what has challenged her, because she's often got to finishes first, but just hasn't been able to take them out.
Well, 140 represented an excellent start for Mayumi Uchiha. She looks to serve this one out. Number 2 seed, Marlene de Graaf, who awaits the winner.
Absolutely. I mean, we saw Brian Roman, very creative use of the board. Eileen is very much a similar sort of player, loves playing off the 19s, but Eileen will go all sorts of unconventional ways to get down to finishes. Very entertaining player to watch, Eileen, and of course the finalist here last year. So she'll be hoping to go one better at a venue that Eileen does admit isn't actually one of her favourites.
And when Andrew says creative, what he actually means is bewildering, befuddling, wrong.
Confusing, yes. Yes, having marked for Eileen at some of the floor tournaments, I realised why some of the other female players had asked me if I would like to do it for them. And as much as I enjoy marking, Eileen's games do put my mathematical skills to the test.
One of a few players who tends to start legs on treble 19 if it's not working out for her on treble 20.
Yeah, she's a prodigious 19s hitter, is Eileen, and will be a very tough test for whoever wins this one. But she'll also know she's in a game whoever progresses, whether it's Lorraine or, as it looks like it's going to be, Mayumi, because Eileen is very quick, and obviously that would be a very contrasting style with our representative from Japan, who saw a compatriot and L-style teammate win yesterday.
74 left.
134.
Idea was right to go for treble 14. She could have gone for treble 18 as well. But she's missed double 10 that many times. It's probably better for her to try and go for the 14s. She might find herself on double 10 again, though.
40. Lorraine by 60.
She looped that one over the top. Yes, she can. Break of throw for Lorraine. Exactly what she needed. And for the first time in the game, there was no faffing on the doubles. One chance was all that was needed.
Yeah, when we saw her leave 60 earlier in the game, the single 20 was way too high in the bed and just then made it hard for her to get the dart over and into the double, ended up pitching below, and then yeah, that magnetic force field around double 10 that we saw yesterday has been Lorraine's downfall as well so far. But down to a deciding leg in this second set. We could be going all the way in our second game of the afternoon.
Yumi walking away from that with her head bowed like a naughty schoolgirl, having only hit a score of 5.
We've all been there.
Multiple times.
Too many times, in some of our cases.
60.
Very unlucky.
Indeed.
An old grandfather clock dart.
She really could have done with another treble after that disappointing opening visit in this leg. 3 trebles here would apply pressure. Mayumi practicing her throw side on behind Lorraine then. I don't know how much Lorraine might have heard or noticed that, but that's curious. Bit a la Paul Lim.
Yeah. Might see the Singapore slinger do something similar to that.
He's arriving today at the Lakeside, Paul Lim. Ahead of his first appearance here in 30 years. Well, first appearance in a World Championship here in 30 years. He did play in a seniors event here a couple of years ago. But
second set belongs to Lorraine Hyde. Showcase some real stones up there. Mayumi faltering in the past couple of legs. And 2 brilliant finishes. Ensured we've got a level game. Average-wise, Lorraine is comfortably ahead of Mayumi. 5 points or so.
yeah, when Mayumi went 2-1 up in that leg, the averages had closed right together. It was sort of 72-71, but Mayumi's scoring then deserted her, which was perhaps why we saw the her practice throws behind, which ultimately came to naught in that set because Lorraine took out that brilliant 115. Scoring's not gone now, though.
Magnificently grouped from Mayumi. Put those three on a pinhead.
140. Mayumi 61.
One for a 12 darter.
And what would be the highest finish of the tournament so far.
That's not bad.
No, she's straightened up in this leg, Mayumi.
Real high quality on display here. Well, she's done it again on 80. She's going treble 13 again. She hits it again.
It's a marvellous. Maybe it's an intentional setup.
Nothing intentional about that.
No.
First start looked awkward.
60. 40.
Double top. 16 dart hold of throw to kick off the third and deciding set.
An errant visit there from Lorraine.
And a real opening for Mayumi.
Stay straight, and it will be what we would call down the local pure profit.
140.
I think that's more than pure profit. And now Lorraine's already chasing.
Thought she might have switched down to the 19s then, with that first start coming low. Stays there, stays straight, but Mayumi very much got the advantage in this one. Lorraine is one of two Scottish women that will be in action today. 18-year-old Sophie McKinley, who's actually making history at this year's World Championship. She'll be the first player to play in the youth and the senior in the same year. Luke Littler had qualified to do both last year, but of course he qualified for Alexandra Palace. And we all know what he went on to achieve on that great stage. But yeah, Sophie was in the girls as world number 2 in the girls system. But then came through the last chance qualifier in Budapest, beating Anna Votavova of the Czech Republic in the last round. So Sophie will make history today. Seeing Sophie and her mama here cheering on Lorraine, and then Sophie will go straight on the practice board ready for a game with Lisa Ashton tonight, which should be a corker.
Seems strange to see Lisa not as a seed.
Absolutely. This has been a bit of a horror leg from Lorraine.
Horror leg for Lorraine, but a corker for Mayumi, especially if 78 goes. 20 for tops. Spears across to double 1 to leave an awkward double 19. Depending on what Lorraine hits here, she might opt to split.
Yeah. Lorraine's wrist, again, just dropping down on the follow-through consistently in this leg, which means she's coming under that treble wire and then more often than not switching, which you might have expected her to do with the way her darts lie to try and capitalise on the 19s.
She was obscuring the target with each dart.
Wonder if she gets, well, when she comes back, I do wonder if she might try and split it. 6 for 16s.
Lorraine staying straight, but definitely losing the weight of dart. Can she thread this through?
No score. Lorraine 94.
Mayumi buckling slightly under the pressure. There's no guarantees on 94. She opts for safety first. It looks a really inviting guide for the bull.
62.
And ends up northeast in the 18s. She looks like she's going straight for these 19s again. She's been all around the bottom of the wire.
Eighth time of asking, Mayumi Uchi hits double 19. And Lorraine Hyde is on the brink of exiting in round 1 for the second time in 3 years.
And Mayumi is where she was this time in the last set, 1 leg away. And then obviously Lorraine stepped it up. Those finishes 60 and 115. But she'll need to win 3 in a row this time.
Not yet had a match dart.
Again, pitching low. I'd like to see her try just a bit of board management, try and switch to the 19s, maybe even come across to the 18s, just to keep yourself ticking over and just freshen up the approach to that 20, because the darts have started dipping there below that wire. That's better though.
Bit frustrating to only come away with a ton. But both players will know if they can keep chipping away just a ton each time, that should be enough.
And this is a disaster from Mayumi.
24.
Lorraine, treble, 2 trebles here, 3 left her on a finish, not to be, but 2 would apply real pressure.
60.
Mayumi stepping back, just making sure she doesn't knock Lorraine off stage.
Yes, I mentioned Eileen de Graaf saying that this isn't one of her favourite venues, or necessarily one of her favourite venues. It is because of that small stage. Eileen likes to take a long walk back behind the board, and there isn't really the room to do it. So
No, if you do that, you're falling on your face.
So yeah, it's not, doesn't necessarily quite suit her, but obviously last year it absolutely did. Played some fantastic stuff to the former world master, Eileen de Graaf.
60.
Options here.
170.
Accidental 170 from Lorraine Hyde. I don't know whether we call it a super setup shot.
I think the wry smile on her face suggests that was one occasion where the outer ball would have been more preferable.
The least celebrated 170 you'll ever see.
Mayumi's scoring power has been non-existent in this leg, but the big visit here would put that double two under real pressure. Drifting right again.
81, running bar 4.
These horrible low doubles could prove costly. That might be curtains. Mayumi looking for her biggest finish of the match.
It's a great first start. I imagine she goes 9 for tops.
This is her moment. And she leaves the dreaded double 19. She hits what Lorraine wants. It's the only thing Lorraine can hit. Safety first.
No score. Mayumi bar 38.
She's going to obstinately stick with double 19 rather than split. Great decision. And Mayumi Uchi wins her very first World Championship game on the lakeside stage. A costly 170, if you've ever heard the phrase, from Lorraine Hyde. It forced her to go for the small doubles. Mayumi Uchi picked off double 19 finally, and Lorraine looks really devastated. She certainly played her part in what was a very tense affair, but it's Mayumi Uchi who comes out on top.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Masters round of applause, first of all, for Lorraine Hyde. And into the second round, Japan's Mayumi Uchi. Very quick turnover before our next match, ladies and gentlemen. We will be back with our next match in 5 minutes' time. 5 minutes until our next match. Also, a quick announcement, ladies and gentlemen. If you are wishing to go for a cigarette, please do use the smoking area over to stage left over there. Please do not go out into the front of the building. Smoking area is over there to stage left under the canopy in the smoking area. Thank you.
The 46th annual Winmore Fleetwood Memorial Las Vegas Open will be held from January the 17th till the 19th. Sin City welcomes you to come and play in the entertainment capital of the world. Men's and women's champions win places at the 2025 World Championships. The Romanian Darts Festival is held from January the 24th till 26th. Join the party in Bucharest, register to play by Wednesday 22nd of January and kickstart the new WDF ranking season in historical Bucharest. The Toto Dutch Open Darts is held from January the 30th till February the 2nd. Registration is open until January the 15th. The Toto Dutch Open Darts is by far the largest darts party in the world that you should not miss, and the men's and women's champions go to Lakeside in December 2025. The Isle of Man International Darts Festival is held from March 6th to 9th, a triple header of darting fun on the Isle of Man's beautiful surroundings. The Swedish Open and Masters takes place from 15th to 17th of August. A popular tournament for many of Europe's best arrowsmiths, the double silver weekend always provides great entertainment. The Latvian Open and Riga Open are held from October 17th to 19th. One of the biggest tournament weekends in the Baltic region is near the end of the 2025 WDF season. An excellent chance to pick up your much-needed points in this silver and bronze weekend. For more information on each of these tournaments, go to the link in the description. A special thanks to our tournament sponsors and partners, Mission, Blaze, Quiff, Great Game, Dart Connect, L-Style and MasterCooler.com.
We return to men's first round action here at the Mission WDF Lakeside World Championship. And we welcome to the stage a man who came through the Lakeside World Championship qualifiers. A former two-time Development Tour champion, the reigning Cyprus Masters champion from England, the Piranha, Bradley Kerr! As opponent is the former winner of 5 Youth World Ranking titles. This year's Irish Open finalist from England, beats James Beaton!
It's the rarest of beasts in this year's Lakeside World Championship, a clash between two Englishmen. James Beaton, a very successful junior player, a very well-travelled player as well. He's playing darts wherever he can, as is Bradley Kirk, competing in many tournaments in the WDF system. And as you can hear, James Beaton has some rather vocal, vociferous support. Is Bradley Kirk going to struggle in this bear pit of an atmosphere? Both players have had good runs in recent tournaments. Both were beaten by the same player in the Irish Open, the eventual winner, Marco Cantilla. And Beats is soaking up all this atmosphere. Coming down from Chester. He's been here a few days, practicing with Aaron Turner, who we're going to see in the evening session. Bradley Kirk got here via the Last Chance Saloon qualifier in Budapest, playing some excellent darts along the way. My name's Dan McCarthy, and I'm delighted to be joined by a new co-commentator, podcaster extraordinaire, Burton DeWitt's sidekick from the weekly Darts Cast, Alex Lalmos. Welcome along. How are you enjoying Lakeside?
I'm loving it. Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for having me, Dan. It's a pleasure to be here at the home of World Darts, the Lakeside, and these two players both making their debuts. They're going to be feeling the buzz on that stage, and James Beaton certainly will. You mentioned about the travelling party that he's got coming with him. They're providing a great atmosphere, and hopefully he can live up to the occasion.
Yeah, to say that James Beaton has got a lot of support here is a bit of an understatement, because just before the session started, one of his friends, colleagues, accomplices, whatever you want to call them, came up to the balcony area where our commentary box is and pinned up a big James Beaton flag on the railings that is sat just in front of us.
Yeah, he's got to be one of the most supported players we've seen here. Obviously, players are bringing their friends and family, but he's brought a lot of people with him today. And James, someone that, you know, he's been around for a while, 21 years old. I remember first meeting him at the World Masters 2019, the infamous redraw at the Grey Civic Hall. But yeah, he's had a promising youth career, and great to see him now playing on that stage at the Lakeside, something I know he's wanted to do for a long time.
Yeah, he's won many youth titles within the WDF system. Because of darts like that. And away from that, he plays on the development tour in the PDC, plays on the challenge tour as well. 100. He's just accumulating as much experience as possible so he can really have a go at turning this into a full-time gig.
Yeah, that's what it's about, and he's qualified for the Lakeside, almost qualified for next year's already, getting to the final with the Irish Open recently, just losing out to Marco Cantelli, but yeah, he's a player on the up, and yeah, we'll see what he can do this afternoon. And he's already down to a finish after 9 darts, 140.
Well, if he takes this, I suspect it's going to get louder. Unfortunately, with a single 5, you can hear a pin drop.
Yeah, it's all about setting it up from here, and he's got plenty of time. Bradley Kirk yet to get going here, back on 255.
James Beaton has 6 darts if he needs them.
Yeah, just giving himself a little bit of extra time there to get himself ready here.
Double 8.
88.
He's going to come back. No need to panic.
It's important as well, getting that first leg on the board. Both of these guys playing on the Lakeside stage for the first time. Everyone says it, you don't really settle until you get that first leg.
You can never replicate the pressure of the stage.
Absolutely not.
Practice as much as you like. So this would settle any nerves that James has got.
Bradley's going to get a chance here. 1-3-4, this would be a way to win your first leg at the Lakeside.
An act of darting pickpocketry. Might go for 2 tops.
Yes. Oh, unlucky. Great effort. Now James, all of a sudden, he was in cruise control in this leg. Now there's a bit of pressure to get this double 4 pinned.
Imperative that he doesn't muck about.
Down to double 2. It's turned into a nightmare, this leg. Tops for Bradley Kirk here to steal this first leg. What a steal it would be. One more dart, double 10.
Well, double 10 hasn't been kind to too many players in this tournament.
Yeah, Yeah, it's the double that a certain Mr. Luke Littler loves to leave all the time.
Oh.
I'll tell you about him later.
They're nervy. Oh. And so was that.
Yeah, he brushes his hands away there. He's not happy at all. Wow, stolen it.
James Beaton looking literally hot under the collar.
He's going to be fuming with that, and it's a breaker throw as well for Bradley Kirk. He was miles behind in that opening leg, but turned it around, and now he'll be looking to finish the job here and get this opening set.
It's quite an odd throwing style that Beaton's got, the way that he lunges his arm forward, he moves his neck to the side. There's almost a bit of Andy Hamilton with that first movement, pushing it downwards.
Yeah, there's a lot going on there, but with any throw, really, if it's something you can replicate all the time, then you know he's going to be happy. But yeah, especially playing up here, there's going to be pressure on, and well, he got that first leg 180, but the doubles went missing for him.
100.
This is more steady stuff. A couple of tons to get this leg going, and yeah, he'll want to break back straight away and get this set back on course for himself.
80.
And we should talk a little bit about Bradley Kirk as well, someone making his debut like James Beaton is here, but he's been around a while, took a break from the game, the development tour. He won the development tour in 2015, decided not to take his tour card, stayed playing on the development tour and the challenge tour, took some time away, and this year really has been a comeback year for him. You know, as you mentioned, he's played a lot of the tour in the WDF, got himself to the Lakeside, and it's good to see him playing again, because back in 2015 he was one of the most promising players, and I look at the players that he finished above in that development tour. A certain Mr. Mike Dedeker was number 2, and he's done all right for himself this year.
45.
Yeah, you could argue it was a very mature decision not to take his tour card, because young dart players can be impetuous, they can want everything straight away. Bradley took the step back and probably realised, I'm not ready for this.
Yeah, very mature decision, and not something that a lot of players do. It's always, right, I get the tour card, let's give the PDC tour a crack, and I think the only one I can think of that's done the same as Bradley Kirk was Dean Reynolds, who's played here at the Lakeside a few times, and I think he started playing again in the last 12 months or so, and yeah, hopefully we'll see him back playing, because he was a dominant force on the tournament. Here's his chance to break straight back. 100 left. Oh, what a first dart that is. Tops, 2 darts at it. Not a bad guide. There it is. The fist pump as well.
Much more effective this time. And it's an instant break back for Beats.
Yeah, it's exactly what he needed. I mean, when you get broken in the first leg, you're miles ahead, and your opponent's got the throw in that second leg, they go 2-0 up. It can be a losing battle then, and especially this format. It's so cutthroat, first to 2 sets.
James has had some really good preparation as well. I mentioned that he's been practicing with Aaron Turner, and he actually went to one of the vault tournaments and won it just a few days ago. So he's come here on the back of that.
Yeah, the ADC Vaults are very good tournaments to play, and I've played in a couple of them. I use the word played very loosely, but yeah, they're great for getting out there during the week and getting to play a lot of games. So yeah, advocate any player to get out there and play them.
So we all want to know, how did he get on?
How did I get on? Yeah, I lost every game 2-0. But James, he's also been practicing with James Harrell in the back as well. James doing very well. In his first year on the tour, got to Ali Pali. He'll be going there in a few weeks' time, and he's played at the Lakeside before as well. So I'm sure he was giving him some bits of advice on how to take it up there when he goes on the stage.
Could end up playing Michael Van Gerwen if memory serves me right.
I think you're right. Yeah, what a game that would be for your second game. Good setup there. Leaves tops.
Sprinted to the board. He thought the treble 20 was going to drop out.
Yeah, make sure you get that dart before it falls out.
34.
Tops again. No, down to double 10. Doesn't find it, but once again, like the first leg, he's got a bit of time to get that double.
It's early problems with the right side of the board in particular. Missed several at double 4, and now double 10's not exactly his friend.
Oh, it's good pressure.
123.
Can he get it done this time? Take the lead in this first set. Yes, he can. Fair play. He's turned it around after that first leg. It could have got very sticky for him, but he's found it these last couple of legs, and I'm sure the confidence will be growing right now, and he's got that crowd behind him as well. What a reply.
It's always very satisfying to watch those 180s that are so tightly
Yes.
grouped.
Yeah, I'm always in awe of these players that, well, they can hit lots of 180s, but when you're putting them very close together on a pinhead sometimes, take my hat off to them. But this one's warming up quite nicely now. I think both players have got a few legs on the board. Oh, almost. I'll tell you what, first game in the commentary box, if I'd have called a 9-darter, I think I'd have retired then. That would have been one and done. Still time.
You'd have been doing every game for the rest of the tournament, mate.
100.
The Lakeside 9-darter club still only has one member.
It does. I can't wait to watch Paul Lim. I think he's turning up today. 1990. The first and only 9-darter on the Lakeside stage, and yeah, really excited to watch Paul Lim strut his stuff again on that stage.
Yeah, his game with Moreno Blom, it's just such a mouth-watering game for so many different reasons.
Yeah, so you've got the experience and youth. Paul Lim, I've lost count of how many World Championships he's played in. But this will be the first one in the WDF system. Played lots in the BDO, lots in the PDC, and you know he's done really well on the Asian circuit in terms of the WDF events to get himself back here.
Bradley Kirk missed dart at tops for a potential 12-darter.
Oh, great pressure. Can he take us all the way in this first set? Tops he wants. Oh, here we go.
Has been some good stuff from both players in this match. It's just that first leg where both of them missed countless doubles, scuppered the averages. But James Beaton's scoring has been absolutely sensational.
Yeah, the 180s, the 177s, and yeah, you can see him at the back there giving a nod to his supporters. He's bang up for this, and yeah, if he can follow it with another 3 treble 20s would be nice.
Well, it's a promising sign that both players within the first set are teasing 9-darters.
They are. I think we'll get one at some point.
It's a big claim.
119.
Well, this leg's in the balance here. James Beaton's got a little bit of a lead, and you know, want to leave himself a nice finish when he comes back to the board, and yeah, he's certainly doing that. Picking off another couple of trebles. He's down to a finish under 100 there, 88, and yeah, all Bradley Kirk can do is fill up that treble.
121.
Savage deflection.
That is, I mean, you can't check out 180. I've tried it loads of times, but you can hit a 180, but you're not going to be allowed to have the leg. Plenty of time there, could leave the double that he wanted, and he's gone with double 18.
He was spoilt for choice there with Bradley back on 180. And that's what you call a safe dart.
That is.
Wanting 156 to leave double 12 rather than risk busting.
No, that's fair enough, and yeah, plenty of pressure, but James Beaton double 18 to take this opening set. Getting closer, last dart in hand. And he gets it, first set to James Beaton.
The roar says it all.
Yeah.
Winner of this will face the number 9 seed Thomas Junghans of Switzerland in the same section of the draw as Slovenia's Benjamin Pratnama and Carl Wilkinson, who we saw beat Jacob Taylor on the opening night.
Yes, a very good section of the draw, and Thomas Younghands have had the pleasure of meeting him the last couple of days. He's just been announced today that he's signed for Mission Darts, his new manufacturer. He's excited to be a part of the Mission brand, who are obviously up here. We're using all the dartboards for Mission for this World Championship, and yeah, looking forward to seeing how Thomas gets on in the tournament this year. Steady stuff from Beats. A good reply from Bradley Kirk. Yeah, he's got the darts in this set. Can he take us all the way? And yeah, I think this game would deserve a third set, because both players seem to have settled into it nicely now. The game's been played at a good rhythm as well. They're just getting on with it, and yeah, I'm excited to see who can come out on top in this one.
Both games we've seen already have gone to 3 sets.
There we go.
Zibra and Hybels beating Kevin Luke and surviving a match dart as well. Mayumi Uchi KOing Lorraine Hyde. And this one's got all the makings of a 3-setter.
140.
Having said that, Bradley's left a bogey number, so James will get first crack at a checkout.
Yeah, you're going to struggle to take this one out, Bradley, but leave it handy if you get a chance.
For treble 18.
95.
Bates will start on the bull. Just drags it low. Nice guide for double 16. Not one that he uses well.
An opportunity here for James Beaton to break the throw in this second set and really take advantage and potentially come away with the win here. 108, plenty of routes to go here, 20s, 18s, 19s. Which way is he going to go? Well, that ruins it there.
He went for the ill-advised single 5 route.
Yeah.
49.
Double 16 then to get this opening leg of the second set. Well, here is the chance then. Well, he didn't need that. Someone shouting out just as he threw the dart, but it did hit the 19. The shot's still on.
Please, ladies and gentlemen, don't shout out when the players are thrown. Thank you.
That's thrown him off though.
Well, he's probably done himself favours that he went to the table, went and had a sip of water, rather than throw the dart when the frustration would still be boiling.
Yeah, just recompose yourself. One more dart at double 10.
39.
Just outside.
Bradley requires 52.
Double 16 first dart. He had his chances there, James Beaton, to break, but Bradley getting another go at it, taking the opening leg in this set.
57.
James straight back to the hockey. It was a very quick arrival for this leg.
82.
Bradley looking cool and calm though. The man nicknamed the Piranha.
Great nickname.
He's getting his teeth into this one.
I like the shirt as well. Very, very jazzy design.
Yeah.
And the flights as well.
57.
Certainly stick out.
Yeah, it's not exactly minimalist, is it?
No. No, he's definitely gone for it, hasn't he?
He did win his maiden senior title with the WDF this year in Cyprus, beating the Deadly Rose John Michael.
He's another great character of the game. Hopefully we'll get to see him on the World Championship stage again at some point.
154.
And Bradley's played a lot of events on the tour this year as well. I think 21 events he's got ranking points, so he's done really well. Speaking of doing well. Filling up the treble 20 is always a good sign.
More strong scoring from the 21-year-old.
Good pick up with the last start. But this for a 2-0 lead in the set. Treble 20 in the ball. Not going to happen this time.
41. Game 25, 51.
Well, 13 then. Got a burner dart, double 6, 1 dart in hand. Doesn't go. So another chance here for Bradley Kirk to double his lead in this set.
Tension in the shoulders from James Beaton. Bradley wants the bullseye. Oh, it's right to the middle. It's about as central as you can possibly get in the ball.
That's a cracking dart. No real celebration from Bradley. He's just sip of water and we go again for this next leg. But firmly in control of this second set, and yeah, a day of 2-1s. It looks like we're heading that way again.
140.
Around about this time last month that James Beaton thought he was going to be having a week off, but with Alexander Merckx qualified for Alexandra Palace via the Challenge Tour, that opened up the spot for Beaton. And he's looking to make the most of his opportunity.
Yeah, it's great for him. I mean, someone that has spent a lot of time playing in the WDF system, playing the senior events, and you know, there's a lot of travelling involved. You're going all around Europe, picking up points. And, yeah, you might not have thought he was going to get in, but as the players are dropping out, they're qualifying for Ali Pali. He's got his chance, and yeah, looking to make the most of it here.
85.
And as you alluded to at the start, he picked up a lot of ranking points from Ireland in losing that final to Marco Quintela.
60.
Yeah, the Irish Open, one of the gold ranked events. If you win that, you get a guaranteed spot at the Lakeside. So he's just missed out, but still a lot of points on the board early doors to try and get back in next year.
An air of acceptance from James Beaton that he's lost this set.
Yeah, and he could do now. That's a great first start. 2 darts at double 16. Can't get any better than that. That is the second set to Bradley Kirk. He's won it 3-0. A great response after losing that first set 3-2. And once again, we're going all the way to a third set.
Well, not many have had the James Beaton treatment here.
James having a little chuckle to himself there. Not often you lose a set and get serenaded with your name.
It probably feels surreal for him.
Yeah, it's got to be. Yeah, he's someone that's wanted to get to the Lakeside for a long time, and he's got that chance now, and he's brought a lot of people with him. They're all enjoying the experience, and yeah, to be involved in a last setter in a World Championship. I know it's the first round, but yeah, he's got to be buzzing with that. He wouldn't have been buzzing with that 45 for his first visit, but he's back in the treble. Yeah, that's a good response. Yanks his darts out the board there. He was happy with that one.
85.
But Bradley Kirk's just been going about his business. He's not making a fuss, and yeah, to get that second set 3-0, he's going to be the one going into this third set thinking, right, let's keep this going and get it done. But he has got to break the James Beaton throw at some point here if he is going to get over the line, because if we go all the way to that last leg, it will be beating the Scott the Darts.
82.
It's like Bradley, in his own mind, has got the crowd on mute. He's not allowing that to influence him.
Yeah, he's in his own world, in his own zone. Blanked the crowd completely out. No reaction so far. We'll see if he can get this one over the line, if he does do any reaction at all. The worst possible time for that. James Beaton got a bit of breathing space in this leg to get the first leg. Tops he wants. Just the start he would have wanted, holding throw, and after losing that second set without winning the leg, he stopped the rot and he's 1-0 up.
In one of the little quirks about set play, James Beaton's got his nose in front, and yet he's won fewer legs than Bradley.
Yeah, we see that sometimes in World Championship games. You can win more legs than your opponent, but it's all about getting the sets, and that is one of the quirks of set play and why we love it so much. That's a great visit for James. A couple of trebles, puts himself ahead after 6 darts, and the pressure firmly back on Bradley here.
Well, whether he hits a 180 or a score of 11, there's no different reaction from Bradley.
Absolutely not. He'd make a great poker player, wouldn't he?
Yeah, I wouldn't like to be in a casino with him.
Him or Mike Dedeker. He won a poker tournament recently, so yeah, them two against each other would be a good matchup.
57.
Yeah, James Beaton's got plenty of time here against the throw, and to go 2-0 up, yeah, it'll be a long way back for Bradley. Great visit. Leaves tops after 12 darts, and he's going to have plenty of time to pin it.
Bradley Kirk needs 2 big trebles.
Yeah, to get down to a finish. He's got 1. He's got 2. He's down to a finish. But James Beaton the favourite.
Smidgen of pressure. Wow. Closer to the treble. And then bumps up double 10 easily. It does seem like those kind of darts can creep into James's game because of the way he throws. It's a very kind of loopy action. There's a lot of movement in the arm.
Yeah, if you don't get all the mechanics of that throw right, then you can have them off darts like that. But every credit to him to almost bust it with the first dart and then pin that double 10 second dart. Great composure, and once again, taking a bit of time. He knows the situation. 2-0 up. Just got to get one of these next 3 legs, and he'll book himself that game with Thomas Younghans in the second round.
57.
This is the 3rd game of 5 this afternoon. We've got the Paula Derby coming up next. Murphy against Jacqueline, USA versus England, and then we move on to round 2 action from the men's draw. E.T. Edwin Torbjornsson against Shane McGurk, who was very impressive yesterday in beating Mark Barilli.
He was, yeah. I saw him in the back room after he won that game. He was delighted to get that win, and yeah, one of the best performances we've seen so far on this opening weekend.
140.
Good response there from Bradley after that first visit of 45, couple of trebles, gets himself right back into this leg, and I said he's going to have to break the James Beaton throw to win this set. He's going to have to do it twice now, so a lot of work to do, but making inroads here in this leg.
140.
Back-to-back 140s, almost down to a finish. James Beaton will be looking to leave a finish here, needs another treble, and he gets it.
140.
First to a finish, but you'd expect Bradley to be on a better one.
Yeah, if he can get a couple of trebles again, not quite. Yeah, not the visit he wanted, but it's a better finish, but James Beaton's got the first go here to win the match. Great last start. This to save it for Bradley Kirk. Treble 19 now for tops to keep himself alive. Well, that's the first reaction we've seen there. He wasn't happy with that dart at tops.
Bradley Kirk won the second set 3-0. Beaton looking for a clean sweep of his own. That was only just in the 15. Leaves double 16.
Two match darts. come and gone. A reprieved Bradley Kirk has got tops to get one of those breaks, and if he can hold, we're going all the way. And he gets double 10, gives it the thumbs up, gives it the Andrew Gilding, and this set is now back on throw.
Gobbled up the opportunity presented to him, in danger of losing. And how much will those two match darts play on Beaton's mind?
57.
Yeah, he was in complete control of this set, 2-0 up, match darts. Now he's got some work to do. He's got to break him here, or we are going to go to that last leg. And yeah, a last leg decide on the Lakeside stage on your debut. It doesn't get more nervy than that. But this is good from Bradley Kirk.
124.
Goes astray with that third dart, but a couple of trebles. He's in a good position here. But back comes Beaton.
139.
He's looking to make it a hat-trick of 177s in this match.
That would be some good going.
57.
Comes up dry in that visit, so James Beaton here, if he can get a few trebles on the board, he could take control of this leg and get it done here. But he goes dry as well. 8 points between them in this leg. And the big trebles are coming hard to find now.
Starting to see Bradley get a touch flustered, touch frustrated.
Yes, it's the first time we've really seen that in this game so far. We've talked about him having that great poker face, but yeah, as we come towards the end of the game, you know, the situation and knowing what's on the line is coming into play.
81.
Great find with the last dart. Doesn't get himself down to a finish, which is what Bradley will be trying to do here.
134.
It's a great visit. Down to 91. All James Beaton can do is try and leave this handy.
60.
It's not great. Now Bradley looks for 91. He went aggressive.
Not going to take it, but leaves himself tops.
51. Games require 114.
Beaton has had too much darts.
He should get one.
He's going to carve out a third. And it will be on double 18. Has to shuffle across.
78.
Another match dart has gone. Bradley Kirk to take us all the way. We're one set all. Are we going to be two legs all? One's tops. Needs to come down from that. Last dart, last chance. Doesn't get it. So this is the chance for James Beaton to get that win on his Lakeside debut.
I can't decide whether he wants the noise or not.
Talking to himself, geeing himself up.
It's a real monologue.
It is,
James
yeah.
Beaton. Double 18. And backed by raucous support. James Beaton wins on his Lakeside debut. It was another cracking contest between the two Englishmen. Bradley Kirk definitely played his part in the game, but Beaton was just slightly stronger throughout. The Piranha, bitten by Beats, will face Thomas Younghans in round two.
Ladies and gentlemen, a massive round of applause, first of all, for Bradley Kirk. And he's not been beaten today, he's into the second round, James Beaton. Now, ladies and gentlemen, once again, a very quick turnaround. 5 minutes time, we will have our next match on stage. Back to the ladies' competition as Paul Murphy
46th annual Winmore Fleetwood Memorial Las Vegas Open will be held from January the 17th till the 19th. Sin City welcomes you to come and play in the entertainment capital of the world. Men's and women's champions win places at the 2025 World Championships. The Romanian Darts Festival is held from January the 24th till 26th. Join the party in Bucharest, register to play by Wednesday 22nd of January and kickstart the new WDF ranking season in historical Bucharest. The Toto Dutch Open Darts is held from January the 30th till February the 2nd. Registration is open until January the 15th. The Toto Dutch Open Darts is by far the largest darts party in the world that you should not miss. And the men's and women's champions go to Lakeside in December 2025. The Isle of Man International Darts Festival is held from March 6th to 9th, a triple header of darting fun on the Isle of Man full surroundings. The Swedish Open and Masters takes place from 15th to 17th of August, a popular tournament for many of Europe's best arrowsmiths. The double silver weekend always provides great entertainment. The Latvian Open and Riga Open are held from October 17th to 19th. One of the biggest tournament weekends in the Baltic region is near the end of the 2025 WDF season. An excellent chance to pick up your much-needed points in this silver and bronze weekend. For more information on each of these tournaments, go to the link in the description. A special thanks to our tournament sponsors and partners, Mission, Blaze, Quiff, Great Game, Dart Connect, L-Style and MasterCooler.com.
Ladies competition in the 2024 Mission WDF Lakeside World Championship. And we welcome to the stage the winner of 11 world ranking titles, the former Malta Open and two-time Gibraltar Open champion, the reigning Helvetia Open champion from England, Paula Jackman! Our opponent is the former six-time Las Vegas Open champion, the reigning and six-time Charlotte Open champion from the USA, Smooth Paula Murphy!
It is England versus America. It is the Paula Derby. And normally, combined age statistics are saved for centre-back partnerships. However, they are very applicable here because at 135 years old, this is officially the oldest game that Lakeside has ever seen. 68-year-old Murphy and 67-year-old Jacqueline, proving that age is no barrier in darts. Paula Murphy throwing now has been the premier female player in America over the years. Countless titles have been won, including the Shoot for the Moon and Choo Choo Classic and Cleveland Extravaganza. That part of the world definitely has the best tournament names. Paula Jacqueline only in the tournament due to the withdrawal of Marianne Tainaki of New Zealand due to ill health. But she actually comes into this on the back of a pretty good year, reigning Helvetia Open champion, as our MC Anthony Dundas mentioned. And she's had deep runs in the Irish Open as well. Got to the quarter-final of the Czech Open as recently as last week. So, it is a tough game to call. Paula Jacqueline looking to do what she's never done before, not only win a game, but win a set. Now, in fairness, it's never been easy for her in 7 attempts. She had 3 draws with Eileen de Graaf, 2 with Lisa Ashton, 1 to Rhiannon O'Sullivan. Last year probably was her best opportunity, but she lost that game to Aletta Vaya of the Netherlands, who incidentally, the winner of this will face and this is what we will see quite a lot of from Paula. Very comfortable on the treble 19s, and she will start plenty of legs there. Paula Jacqueline, much more conventional.
40.
Won 2 tournaments this year as Murphy, the Charlotte Open and that Cleveland Extravaganza, as mentioned. There are some decent players coming through in the United States. So Paula Murphy not having things all her own way.
61.
Jacqueline's win at the Helvetia Open in Switzerland might have been, in her mind, the best of her career, because she beat Lisa Ashton 5-2.
62.
But she's never truly adjusted to the pressure of the Lakeside stage.
83.
Paula Murphy did get a couple of wins under her belt last year. Beat the young Spaniard Almudena Fajardo in round 1, and then she was drawn against the number 8 seed Anka Zylstra. And there were extenuating circumstances for her poor performance, because she'd been involved in a car accident a few weeks prior. She wasn't at full fitness. Murphy took advantage
67.
before she was then easily dispatched by Bo Greaves in the quarters.
80. Paula by 128.
Paula first to a finish. She'll look to start on the 18s. And that ends the chance of a checkout. Likely to be attritional this game.
26.
Both players have running averages around the mid-60s. 80 left. She could go tops. No, instead she goes treble. Now double 10.
94. Followed by 134. 26. Followed by 10.
Is that a wise choice to split? Yes, it is. Composure from Paula Murphy. can be difficult to read, can Paula Murphy. I don't know whether she is going to go for the treble 20 or treble 19. Much better from Jacqueline. Much better from Murphy. Three games we've had so far have gone all the way in terms of sets, and even at this early stage. It looks like this could go the same way. Jacqueline just a bit off balance with that last dart. Murphy wants the Shanghai, it can still be done. It's a straight ton.
60. Paula Uruguayan 60.
Back up for tops after a loose first start.
40. Paula Uruguayan 80.
Jacqueline looking to build on top of those.
40. Paula Uruguayan 20.
The two attempts at double 10 were wild. Just wiring double 5. Jacqueline wants tops for parity. Well, I think it's safe to say that one slipped out of her hand. Paula going to split this again. She does. Will it be the same outcome? It is not. Double 16. Quite close to the bed. That might be a good guide.
7. 4. In charge, second leg.
25 dart break of throw for Paula Murphy.
Paula Murphy to throw this. Game on.
And already it's familiar lakeside woes for Jacqueline.
21.
As mentioned, the winner of this will play the number 6 seed, Aletta Via. This one's at the bottom of the draw. And with the greatest of respect, she's probably one of the more manageable seeded players. So big opportunity awaits the winner of this. There's then potential for the number 3 seed, Rianne O'Sullivan, providing she gets rid of either Lorena Rietbergen or Maud Janssen. Those two play tomorrow. Round 2 of the women's tournament gets underway this evening. Number 5 seed Nicole Renault takes on her Kiwi compatriot Wendy Harper, who we saw get her first lakeside win yesterday against the Hungarian Greta Takawa. Wasn't a good day for the Hungarians, 3 defeats from 3.
45.
Been much steadier from Paula Murphy. .74 left.
63.
Jacqueline down to a finish, but Murphy to take the first set in 3 legs. Now she'll look at Jacqueline's score. Will she go 16 and bull, or will she risk it? She did risk it.
33.
She could end up with egg in her face if Jacqueline takes this out, but doesn't look likely, given the way she's played. Cracking setup shot. But Paula Murphy swats Paula Jacqueline aside.
Second set, first leg, Paula Jacqueline to the first. Game on.
The players that she plays in the USA are obviously not of the same standard that they are here, but Paula Murphy's a player who's used to winning.
16.
She knows how to get over the line. And crucially, she has won here before.
77. 60. 86. 100.
Keeping the darts straight. Murphy going back downstairs initially. It's one of the hazards of continuously switching between the 20s and 19s. Can throw you off rhythm. 2 big trebles required to get to a finish. Single one now means it's not possible, even if she fills up treble 19.
150. Following the final 155.
Well, the fly buzzing around the stage isn't helping. Treble 18. He's double top.
94. Following by 127.
Great effort. Can Paula Murphy land a big break of throw? Double 10 for Paula Jacklin. Well, she's not creating enough chances for herself. And the rare opportunities she's getting, she's fluffing her lines. Double 16.
52. Following by 20.
No guide. Goes inside, up for double 5 now.
15. Following by 16.
The lakeside scars are on display. Paula Murphy breaks 4 legs in a row.
Second leg is Paula Murphy to throw first. Game on.
Both players neck and neck after 6 darts, mirroring each other.
60.
Paula Jacklin seeking to steal a march. 40 points in front, but Murphy has the advantage of throw.
60.
Paula Murphy's 3rd consecutive go at Lakeside. Badly underperformed in year 1, losing to Veronica Ehash with an average of 53. Much improved last year. This performance falls somewhere in between those 2 extremes. Jacklin should have switched. Well, that was a big risk. Paula Murphy could have left a bogey number of her own, 159, had she not hit the treble. Treble 17. Bullseye to go one leg away from round 2.
77.
That might be the required target for Jacqueline. 81 left. We'll go treble 19 or treble 15. Or treble 17, the Luke Littler route. Double 16. Only needed one dart. It's not been a bad doubling display, this, from Murphy. 5 from 14. It's a decent percentage. Jacqueline 0 from 12. Unless Paula Jacqueline changes things, she's going to walk away from Lakeside setless once again, and maybe even legless.
15.
I'm going to guess that was a happy accident. I think the smile on Paula's face indicates exactly that.
60.
Paula Jacqueline making heavy weather of this. Not going to go, but she's likely to come back.
57. Following by 134.
Seeking 2 treble 19s for double 10.
58. Following by 74.
41 left. Double 16 to register her first leg.
42. All unifiers 76.
Triple 18, double 11, not a usual route.
56.
Not the greatest mathematician when it comes to darts, is the American. Has to steady herself. Well, it's taken some time, but Paula Jacklin is in this game. I'm not sure the applause from Paula Murphy would be too warmly received. Straight on the treble 19 attack.
61.
Merely a hold of throw, but it gives Jacklin something to cling on to.
62.
We're going to get a first maximum.
140.
Paula Murphy making strides. In terms of scoring, it's been a better leg from both players. Although 62 will massively frustrate Jacklin after that first treble 20. Bad start, needs a treble, a big treble that is.
36. For you by 126.
And this should be the ideal shot for Paula Murphy because it incorporates the treble 19. Just like that. Does she risk the bull or does she lay up? She did risk it. Decision that might come back to haunt her. Big pressure applied by Paula Jacklin. Double 8 for the match. Double 4. And in the derby of Paula's, it is Murphy who triumphs over Jacklin. Steady performance from the American. Some decent doubling along the way. And it is more lakeside pain for Paula Jacklin. 8 attempts, not a single set won. Will have felt like this was an opportunity. And Paula Murphy had other ideas. She has beaten Paula Jacklin 2-0.
Ladies and gentlemen, a massive round of applause, first of all, for Paula Jacklin. McGurk.
The 46th annual Winmore Fleetwood Memorial Las Vegas Open will be held from January the 17th till the 19th. Sin City welcomes you to come and play in the entertainment capital of the world. Men's and women's champions win places at the 2025 World Championships. The Romanian Darts Festival is held from January the 24th till 26th. Join the party in Bucharest, register to play by Wednesday 22nd of January and kickstart the new WDF ranking season in historical Bucharest. The Toto Dutch Open Darts is held from January the 30th till February the 2nd. Registration is open until January the 15th. The Toto Dutch Open Darts is by far the largest darts party in the world that you should not miss. And the men's and women's champions go to Lakeside in December 2025. The Isle of Man International Darts Festival is held from March 6th to 9th. A triple header of darting fun on the Isle of Man, beautiful surroundings. The Swedish Open and Masters takes place from 15th to 17th of August. A popular tournament for many of Europe's best arrowsmiths, the double silver weekend always provides great entertainment. The Latvian Open and Riga Open are held from October 17th to 19th. One of the biggest tournament weekends in the Baltic region is near the end of the 2025 WDF season. An excellent chance to pick up your much-needed points in this silver and bronze weekend. For more information on each of these tournaments, go to the link in the description. A special thanks to our tournament sponsors and partners, Mission, Blaze, Quiff, Great Game, Dart Connect, L-Style and MasterCooler.com.
We return to the men's second round here at the 2024 Mission WDF Lakeside World Championship. This is the home of World Darts. This is Lakeside! We welcome back to the stage a man enjoying his Lakeside World Championship debut. The former FCE Anniversary Open champion, the former Irish Open champion, the Arrow, Shane McGurk! This is the winner of 3 world ranking titles this year, the reigning Iceland Masters, Finnish Open, and Faroe Islands Darts Open champion from Sweden, the number 13 seed, Edwin Torbjörnsson.
Well, Edwin Torbjörnsson is hoping to stick up for the Swedes and the Seeds because we've already lost 2 of them. The number 1, Danny Porter, and the number 16, Martin Turner. A potential Seedageddon is on the cards here because while Torbjörnsson is a very successful player in his own right, he doesn't tend to spread his wings. All of his tournament victories come in the Scandinavian region. A winner in the Faroe Islands, Iceland and Finland. He is a seeded player for the very first time after debuting last year. Beat the teacher Laszlo Kadar in round 1 before losing to the former Lakeside champion Jelle Klassen in round 2. However, Shane McGurk is one of the most dangerous unseeded players around. And he's got the highest average of the tournament so far, 92.7 against the Scotsman Mark Barilli. In truth, he wasn't put under any pressure, but it was hugely impressive throughout, particularly on the doubles. 6 from 11 on the outer ring. McGurk has got very high levels, and this could be, Andrew Sinclair, a very tough game for Edwin.
Absolutely, I was incredibly impressed by Shane with his victory yesterday. He spoke afterwards about the fact that for much of his preparation for this tournament, he's been working with Brendan Dolan, and he feels that Brendan's stage experience, you know, Brendan's been there, seen it and done it all in his career. Shane feels like he's learnt a lot and was able to come to the stage far more prepared than a normal debutant would be. And yeah, if he produces the standard he was yesterday, averaging much higher than that 92 for large portions of the game, that's going to be between 5 and 10 points more than we normally see from Edwin. So a tough test for sure. And Shane, fantastic board management already in this game, switching between the 20, 19 and 18.
Yeah, he seems to have everything hooked up, does the Irishman. And practicing with Brendan Dolan is very much a good thing. One of the most underrated darts players around, I think. booked his spot at Lakeside last year in the Irish Open, and because of that, he's not been playing much WDF darts. He's been focusing on the PDC Challenge Tour and the Modus Super Series, but this has always been in his back pocket, and it's certainly a bucket list achievement as he looks for 87. Both players making a good start. Double five required. Double five hit. Shane McGurk lives up to the pressure because Edwin Torbjornsson was ready to pounce on 64.
Absolutely. Edwin got one of the most unusual grips on the circuit. It's very reminiscent for me of Willem Mandiger's, and I mean, Willem's grip is entirely unique with his the base of his thumb along the barrel. Edwin's not quite the same, but it's the most comparable, but it really works for him. And he tried to explain to me when we were at the Swedish Open how he throws his darts the way he does. And I think after about 3 tries of explaining it to me, Edwin just gave up and was like, you can just mark, it's fine. So maybe if he progresses this week, we can have another attempt at me learning how to throw like the man that they call E.T.
Yeah, last year he had a big print of E.T. on the back of his shirts. It did take me an embarrassingly long time to realise why he was nicknamed E.T.
And there's a slightly smaller motif this year. It's E.T. on the bicycle, I believe.
Shane McGurk nicknamed the Arrow. And I'll be honest, I am surprised that that nickname hadn't already been taken. It's a very dartsy nickname.
Absolutely.
Why did no one else think of it? Doesn't have to go 14 for Bull. Lays up. This has been a very convincing start from Edwin. Mind you, so it has from Shane. Doesn't want to become too unstuck on the doubles. Shane McGurk on 58. And then straight in on tops. Shane McGurk picking up from where he left off.
Yeah, he was absolutely nowhere in that leg, Shane, and after he hit the 180, he sort of shook his head on the way back to the table as though to say, well, where was that the rest of the leg? And then 58 in 2. And now he's 2 from 2 on the doubles and 1 leg away from this first set.
Just a reminder that because this is a round 2 match in the men's tournament, it's first to 3 sets, and we will have a break after the first 2. Final game of this afternoon session. I'd probably say, looking to this evening, it's Lisa Ashton, the big headliner, the 4-time ladies world champion.
And a bit of a Hampshire session this evening as well. You've got Aaron Turner and his brother-in-law Mike Gillett, who various times have played for Hampshire County, top and tailing the session. And in the middle game, you've got Hampshire's own Scott Walters, who was nowhere near his best on Friday, but got the job done, and now faces one of his closest friends and travelling partners in Cliff Pryor. So, should be a rowdy atmosphere this evening with lots of locals. I know Aaron's family, that they're bringing a coach load from his local working men's club, so I think there's 50, 60 coming, and obviously they get to see Aaron and Mike and Scott as well. So a raucous atmosphere.
72.
And that was a ropey last start from Edwin.
Could go Bull, could go treble 10, could go treble 14. Good thing with Edwin not on a finish, it allowed Shane options at 126, didn't have to go for the 19s. He is making this look very easy is Shane McGurk. The old adage is doubles are the most difficult darts to hit. Well, Shane McGurk is throwing that in everyone's face. 3 from 3.
59.
Will have been an interesting experience for Edwin yesterday, getting to watch Bjorn Leon, who's they're travelling partners together. They played pairs together for Sweden, played together at the Nordic Cup earlier this year, and you know Edwin was cheering him on yesterday, and he saw Bjorn enjoy that Lakeside debut, get the same feeling Edwin had last year, and then had to change focus to himself again, which is always, I think it's hard when you're so invested in someone else that's with you and you have to turn it round. But I mean, the Swedish team, we spoke yesterday that Swedish darts is so much on the rise now, and those two are part of the really successful operation that the Swedish Darts Federation have got going on. And Edwin, part of that team at the Europe Cup this year that did so tremendously well.
You wouldn't be surprised to see Sweden produce a Lakeside champion maybe in the next 10 years or so.
100%. It's a lovely set-up shot from Shane. He will get a chance at it. Edwin finding the first treble.
Treble 17, the first port of call. Leaves double top. He's not missing. He can't miss. He must feel invincible, particularly on that top segment.
Absolutely. I mean, yeah, Shane, a proud representative of County Monaghan in the Republic of Ireland. And, another federation, the INDO in Ireland. Kevin Devaney and his team doing a phenomenal job in Ireland. So much talent over there at the moment. On the women's side, you've got Robin Byrne, Katie Sheldon, Aoife McCormack, but on the men's side, Shane is just one of a number of players that have benefited from the increased number of competitions that the INDO are running, all of them powered by Dart Connect. So, there's a lot of data up there on Shane and what he's capable of, and I think that's why a lot of people were looking at him. With Ireland, they've known his talent for a long time, but that coupled with the Pro Tour experience, the Challenge Tours, the Modus experience as well, it's why he was seen as one of the top contenders for this title with the bookmakers, and living up to that so far. 4 from 4 on the doubles.
Edwin doing his best to show that there are two players in this game. But Shane McGurk, at times this year, has looked awesome, invincible. He's averaged 119 on the Challenge Tour before.
That was a brand new record, wasn't it, that 119?
Yeah, he's got some seriously high levels. He's been so good at tops. Does he go 2 treble 17s? That was the attempt. Now treble 20 does leave tops. Nice shot building. Edwin will get one at tops himself. Oh, that was close to the treble. Phenomenal.
I mean, Edwin has not been at the level that he's capable of, but he's just getting absolutely blown away here. And without wishing to directly quote Mr. John Rawling, there will be a break at the end of this set, potentially at the end of this leg. And you do wonder whether it'll be an inopportune time for Shane. The way he's playing, you probably just want to keep rolling.
That's the only thing with longer format games. There are always breaks, so it can disrupt the rhythm. But looking at the draw, the winner of this will face either the number 4 seed Brandon Weaning of Australia or Jun Matsuda of Japan. Now, without wishing to be unkind, you'd look at that from Shane's point of view and think that's a really good section of the draw to potentially progress further, because the other seeded players there, Peter Machin and Cliff Pryor.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, you know, Brandon's been here quite a while practicing, and Peter too, but in terms of the levels we've seen them produce this year, you'd certainly look at Shane as having the game to potentially dominate in that section, but I'd say keep an eye on Peter Machin, because this might well be Peter's last big international competition. Just retired from playing for Australia. Not sure yet if it's going to be a full-blown retirement, but he's come here with a point to prove, Machin, and I'm looking forward to seeing him getting started tomorrow night.
134, Edwin 144.
Opportunities have been few and far between for Edwin, and he's not going to create one here.
96, 84.
14-0 treble. Double 11.
Oh.
He is making this sport look ridiculously easy, and there is nothing that Edwin Thorbjornsen can do. 2 sets down, 6 legs won, 6 from 6 on the doubles. Quite literal perfection from the Irishman, and Edwin Thorbjornsen has got to mount one heck of a comeback now.
The 46th annual Winmore Fleetwood Memorial Las Vegas Open will be held from January the 17th till the 19th. Sin City welcomes you to come and play in the entertainment capital of the world. Men's and women's champions win places at the 2025 World Championships. The Romanian Darts Festival is held from January the 24th till 26th. Join the party in Bucharest, register to play by Wednesday 22nd of January and kickstart the new WDF ranking season in historical Bucharest. The Toto Dutch Open Darts is held from January the 30th till February the 2nd. Registration is open until January the 15th. The Toto Dutch Open Darts is by far the largest darts party in the world that you should not miss. And the men's and women's champions go to Lakeside in December 2025. The Isle of Man International Darts Festival is held from March 6th to 9th. A triple header of darting fun on the Isle of Man with the beautiful surroundings. The Swedish Open and Masters takes place from 15th to 17th of August. A popular tournament for many of Europe's best arrowsmiths, the double silver weekend always provides great entertainment. The Latvian Open and Riga Open are held from October 17th to 19th. One of the biggest tournament weekends in the Baltic region is near the end of the 2025 WDF season. An excellent chance to pick up your much needed points in this silver and bronze weekend. For more information on each of these tournaments, go to the link in the description. A special thanks to our tournament sponsors and partners, Mission, Blaze, Quiff, Great Game, Dart Connect, L-Style and MasterCooler.com.
Well, Edwin Thorbjornsen is in a spot of bother, and that might be an understatement. He's not necessarily done anything wrong, the Swede, in his second Lakeside appearance. It's just that Shane McGurk is doing everything right at the end of legs. 6 from 6 on the doubles, 4 of them on tops, and even the awkward ones like double 5 and double 11, he has mopped up. The Irishman is 3 legs away from a place in round 3 of this year's Lakeside, and Edwin Thorbjornsen could become the 3rd seeded player in a row in the men's draw to exit early. You probably forgive Cliff Pryor, who's our next seeded player in action, for feeling a little bit nervous if that's the case. We know Edwin is a very capable player, but Andrew, right now, how do you stop Shane McGurk when he's playing this well?
Yeah, I mean, Edwin typically, I would say, is a player who wins most of his legs in 6 visits. But the way Shane is playing, he needs to be winning everything in 5 visits minimum. And the scoring power and the consistently big scoring power hasn't been there. So he needs to up the scoring power. To be quite frank, he also needs Shane to start missing.
Sorry, did you say he needs Shane McGurk to start in what 80s?
No, I mean, yeah, it's a combination, right, where Edwin needs to up his game, but he also can't hang with Shane going 6 from 6 on the doubles, scoring the way he has been. I think there's a 10-point difference in the averages at the moment. So, you know, it's almost you've got to meet each other halfway. Edwin needs to get a bit better, and he needs Shane to drop off a little bit, which at the moment, the man from Monaghan, or County Monaghan, is showing no sign of doing.
Well, Shane McGurk had the tournament highest average coming into this, and he's on course to break his own record around the 96 mark. Here's the Irishman, Torbjornsson, back on 83. He simply has to close that gap. He's not only got to raise his own game, but he's got to hope that Shane drops off, and that's not a position that any darts player wants to be in.
No. You can only control how well you play, not how well someone plays against you, but Edwin's just not finding enough 2 treble visits to put McGurk under pressure. But, I mean, the Irishman looks cool as a cucumber up there every time he has to find the outer ring.
Double 4. Inevitable. Is he ever going to miss?
I do think Shane is being helped a bit like he was yesterday, where he's up against someone who is of a similar pace to him. Marbury can go up and down with the speed, you know, when he's a little bit quicker he is better, but Edwin and Shane's pace isn't that dissimilar, and I think he's just got into a wonderful rhythm, and to be fair has probably been helped by the fact he was on this stage at roughly this time yesterday afternoon. He knows what it's like, he knows what the atmosphere is like, and he looks completely at ease up there.
Yeah, both these players are in that sort of medium speed range. So that is helping Shane. You can see that's a perfect dart for Edwin because they do lie flat. Wants to aim for the bottom wire.
He's scored well in this leg, Edwin. But he's got to... Well, that might well be a reprieve. He's going to have 6 darts at this, and he's going to have to make them pay. Looked like he was climbing the ladder towards a ton there, but just clipping the bottom wire, the underside.
Shane's darts behave very differently, so the first dart made it awkward, trying to sneak through for the treble. Double top for Edwin Torbjornsson's first leg. And that'll be a real sense of relief for the Swede.
Yeah, he showed his cool there. And to be fair, they were the first signs of a slight wobble from Shane. He had the bounce out of the board and then a visit of just 40, but it appears normal service is restored.
140.
The first leg in a match where Shane didn't have a dart at double. That's probably a good thing for Edwin because he'd have hit it.
Exactly. I mean, yeah, this has been an outstanding display from Shane McGurk. Really, really impressive, and he's a lovely lad as well. I've spoken to him before. I spoke to him actually after he won his first WDF title over in Catalonia. Very well run competitions over there by Mr. Tito Salvado. And essentially, Shane had gone there for holiday. knew the tournaments were there and said, you know, I'll play, but he wasn't under any pressure. He wasn't doing the tour, and he won it. And he thought that was nice. And then, you know, achieved the heroics he did in Killarney.
Well, that's Shane McGurk's first surplus checkout of the match. He inevitably did it with only one dart.
Now, he's one leg from a place in the last 16 without missing a double in this match, which is remarkable. Might be a record.
I imagine it is. We'll have to get someone to try and comb through the history books, but this has just been a remarkable display from Shane. The scoring has been good, but the finishing has been out of this world.
Yeah, he's not given Edwin a chance. And visits like that are not going to help the Swedes' cause. Needed some trebles. He has had a few, Shane, in the last few legs, start drifting to the right into that one bed. I'm not sure if that's something in his follow-through. Not to be for Torby, it would seem.
Yeah, it's a leg where he's needed something big and he's just come up dry.
It's a fairly emotionless character, Edwin. Quite quiet and reserved, but you will know that you'll be feeling incredibly frustrated.
Who knows, that might be his way of bowing out. 1-4-2 for Shane McGurk, it's on. Well, that first start looked precarious.
110, that's really on 18.
Double 10. Fair play to Edwin Thorbjornsson, he's digging in. He's doing his best to try and stop the Shane McGurk juggernaut.
Yep, I mean, Shane, it was a marvellous setup visit from him. Left on 32, and I had no doubt in my mind that if he'd had darts at that double 16, Marco Meyer would have been announcing him the winner of this game. But Edwin, lovely combination finish, the second in this set from the Swede. But he needed a treble there to keep pace with the man they call the Arrow. Great catch there from Shane on the third dart to move himself down to a finish after 9. 180 would be nice.
Might just be too little, too late. Massive combination. Would have been a fitting way to win it.
He did it yesterday.
Same way as he did against Mark Barilli.
Not a super helpful setup for him. But what can Edwin do? It's a great lie.
80. Shaking by 98.
Well, that has helped him in no way. Shane McGurk wants double 12. A literal perfect display on the doubles, the like of which we may never have seen before or see again on this lakeside stage. A truly special performance from the Arrow. An unseeded player, but a massive contender for the top prize. It is 3 seeded departures in a row as Edwin Torbjornsson loses 3-0. What a performance, what a player Shane McGurk is. 3-0 winner.
For Edwin Torbjornsson. And he's into round 3, Shane McGurk. Ladies and gentlemen, that does bring to a conclusion our afternoon session here on day 3 at the Lakeside. Has everyone enjoyed themselves? Who's coming back tonight? Fantastic. Well, unfortunately, everyone who only has a ticket for this session, we must now ask you to head for the door. If you do have a ticket for this evening's session, you're welcome to stay at your seats, make use of the bar and the catering facilities. The security will be doing a sweep checking all tickets. So if you have a ticket for this evening, you're welcome to stay in the venue. If you do not have a ticket for this evening, I must ask you to start heading towards the doors. We will be back with our evening session at 7 o'clock. We will see you then. Thank you very much.
The 46th annual Winmore Fleetwood Memorial Las Vegas Open will be held from January the 17th till the 19th. Sin City welcomes you to come and play in the entertainment capital of the world. Men's and women's champions win places at the 2025 World Championships. The Romanian Darts Festival is held from January the 24th till 26th. Join the party in Bucharest, register to play by Wednesday 22nd of January and kickstart the new WDF ranking season in historical Bucharest. The Toto Dutch Open Darts is held from January the 30th till February the 2nd. Registration is open until January the 15th. The Toto Dutch Open Darts is by far the largest darts party in the world that you should not miss. And the men's and women's champions go to Lakeside in December 2025. The Isle of Man International Darts Festival is held from March 6th to 9th. A triple header of darting fun on the Isle of Man with the full surroundings. The Swedish Open and Masters takes place from 15th to 17th of August. A popular tournament for many of Europe's best arrowsmiths, the double silver weekend always provides great entertainment. The Latvian Open and Riga Open are held from October 17th to 19th. One of the biggest tournament weekends in the Baltic region is near the end of the 2025 WDF season. An excellent chance to pick up your much needed points in this silver and bronze weekend. For more information on each of these tournaments, go to the link in the description. A special thanks to our tournament sponsors and partners, Mission, Blaze, Quiff, Great Game, Dart Connect, L-Style and MasterCooler.com.